Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to office hours here at SalesProcess. My name is Tamara, and I am your host here on Mondays and Thursdays. And currently, we are in the middle of a series for setting up your AI features inside of your SalesProcess account. And today, we're going to actually walk through setting up your AI employee. And we're going to go through how to do that inside your SalesProcess account. Now, just to give an overview of a couple of things that we've covered the past couple of weeks, we have talked about how you can use the AI feature inside of SalesProcess as a copywriter for your emails, for your funnel copy, funnel and website copy. You can use it for that. You can use it to help you respond for your chat widget. You can use it in so many different areas. So if you haven't joined us since the beginning of our series here, I do recommend you go back and have a watch the previous trainings on that. I really highly recommend that you set up your two foundational pieces for your AI training, which is going to be your brand voice and also your knowledge base. Those are the two pieces that will be very foundational for those. So to watch the previous trainings, you're just going to go into your SalesProcess University. Have you accessed that yet at all? I can show you where you can grab that. And then you just do a search for office hours and it will bring up the recordings. I will share my screen here and just show you where to look for that. So inside of your SalesProcess account, if you just come all the way down here to SalesProcess University, if you haven't yet, I highly recommend that you sign up for this university here so you can enroll here. And then what will happen is you'll get a login for the learning portal where all the tutorial videos live. And inside there, you can do a search for office hours. And then it's broken down by days. So my trainings for the AI series are on Mondays and Thursdays. So you can go back and watch those for setting up your brand voice and your knowledge base for your AI agents, okay? All right, so I want to point out today that right now is it's such a great time to be trying out the AI employee or the AI features in your SalesProcess account because right now there's a promotion going on for the Summer of AI. And what this does inside of your account here, if you go up to the very top on the left-hand corner of the menu, Summer of AI, you have the opportunity to sign up for 30 days free. And so as we're going through the trainings for all of this, you can set up all of your AI features. You can try them out, see which ones you like, see which ones you want to keep, which ones would support your business best, and you can try them all for free. Now, afterwards, after the 30 days, you can make a choice. There's two ways that you can continue to use the AI feature. If you would like, if you feel like you're using it quite a bit, you may want to try the unlimited version, which is $97 a month on top of your SalesProcess subscription, or you can pay as you go. So what that means is that you are charged as your AI features are used inside of your account. And there's different charges for different features. So it's up to you. But I would recommend signing up for the 30-day free so that you can participate in this series here while we build out the different features inside of your account. Okay, so that's where you can sign up to get in for your AI features for free for 30 days. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to actually walk through setting up one of your AI agents. So over on the left-hand side, you're going to see AI agents here. click on the AI agents. And let me just tell you that this has really come a long way. The development team has done such an amazing job of making this so easy for you. When the AI features first came out, they were a bit cumbersome to use and required a lot more work than they do now. So I really appreciate all the thought and the time and effort that the development team has put into creating this in a way that an average business owner is able to set this up on their own and use it with a little bit of help, right? So really inside of here, what you're going to notice is at the top, it's going to say getting started. And here, then you have two choices. You have a voice AI agents. So these are agents that can actually answer the phone for you and work in the capacity of a receptionist. So basically answering the phone, answering questions, booking appointments, that sort of thing. Currently, there is no outgoing phone calls. So the only way that the voice AI works now is on incoming calls that they can answer. The outgoing calls is something that is coming, but I think what's holding it up the most is just all of the regulations around that. As you can imagine, having outgoing calls is going to require a lot of rules and regulations because we know that some people would use this in a nefarious way and just spam your phone with phone calls all the time, right? So I really feel like the piece that's holding up the outgoing calls is the regulations. So we will see outgoing calls come in soon, but there will be a lot of rules and regulations around that as well. So there is the voice AI agent, and then there is the conversation AI agent. By conversation AI, what that means is that you can set it up to respond to your chat widget. You can set up an AI agent to be able to book appointments through your chat widget on your website or your funnel. You can set it up to respond to emails that come in. You would use that feature inside of your automation workflows. And so let's just say we're going to set up our conversation AI agent first. All right, well, we'll do the voice AI agent next week, or sorry, next session, which is on Thursday. But let's just walk through this conversation AI first. Now, you can see here that this getting started wizard is really great because it's going to take you step by step through everything. So create your first conversation AI agent. So this one is going to set up a new chatbot agent to handle text conversations, okay? You can give it a personality, basic instructions, and ensure consistent on-brand responses. Now, the consistent on-brand responses is going to go back and rely on your brand voice that we set up in the earlier sessions. So I just want to point that out. So that is something that you're going to want to set up first. And it's also going to rely heavily on the knowledge base that you set up. So again, those are the two foundational pieces that we want to make sure you have set up prior to setting up your agent, okay? Next, you can have the talk to your conversation AI agent. So this is the next step after you set it up is to initiate a test, right? So we can see how does the conversation AI agent handle typical queries. This allows you to go in there and then you can tweak responses and make sure that it is responding in a voice and tone that is typical of your brand. And then here it will walk you through how to train your conversation AI agent. So we will refine the agent's knowledge base and conversation parameters, provide FAQs. So you can upload frequently asked questions that customers ask so that your AI agent has those responses at the ready that they can respond with. You can put in your brand guidelines, instructions, can handle customer requests more accurately. And then you can also have it set up so that your AI agent can book an appointment. So just through chatting back and forth inside of the widget, your clients can book appointments. At this time, it's important to point out that each agent can only be hooked up to one appointment type or calendar type at a time at this time. We're hoping in the future that the development team will allow us to be able to choose different calendar appointment times. Because as we know, we offer like free discovery calls or a 1 hour coaching session or something like that, right? So we are hoping that that is going to be something that's coming soon. And then this here is enabling autopilot. Autopilot is really when you set your AI agent free, right? It's when this is like the agent responds in real time, it's hands-free support, and it just automatically responds. There's no hand holding from you. So this is when you are sure that it's trained properly, that it's going to respond properly to your brand voice, and to provide the service that your customers are accustomed to, right? So let's start with step one here. Create your first conversation AI. And what it's going to do is it's going to take us into this screen here where we can create a new bot. Now, there's a couple of different ones here that you can choose from, or you can build from scratch. Now, a general Q&A chatbot is great if that's all you want it to do, right? If you just want it to have conversation or answer questions, that's great. I always recommend at least starting out with the appointment booking, because at some point you're going to want your chatbot to be able to take on that responsibility, right? So that you don't have to always send them to a link to book their appointments or whatever. They can just do it through the chat widget. So we're going to choose appointment booking for this one, and we're going to click continue. And then the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to give it a name, right? So this is a new employee, so we want to actually give it a name. So I'm going to just put that here. And then it's asking you to set up the bot status. Okay, so turn off conversation AI, suggestive, which means that it's going to suggest prompts within the chat window, but you get to choose what the response is. So if you have live chat agents that man your chat widget on your website, you may want to use this with them because it's just like canned responses that they can click on that automatically respond, right? But it's provided by your chat bot. Or you're going to choose to put it on autopilot, and this is what it will automatically reply based on the trained data that it has. This is our ultimate goal, right? This is where we want it to be. But if you're feeling a little bit tentative about how it's going to respond, you do have these options to set up. So you can just put it on suggestive or autopilot. For the purpose of this training, we're going to do autopilot, okay? Now, here you can choose which channels the chat widget is going to provide support to, okay? So they can respond to all of these incoming channels. These are every single communication channel that you have inside of your account. The only other one I think, email is through the workflow. So that's going to be a little bit different. But you have WhatsApp, live chat, chat widget, Facebook, Instagram, and text messaging, SMS. Okay. And so here it is. It's telling you that it's ready for trial. We can set up a little bit more information here. So here we want to say, what is our business name, right? So, and then here's where you can get into some details about how fast do you want the chat widget responding. You want it to feel super natural, just like a natural conversation, right? So you can adjust these times. And then you also I highly recommend setting a maximum message that your bot can send inside of a conversation. And the reason for that is because in the world of AI, we can have a bot talking to a bot. And so these two could go around and around forever and ever. Or you also have like bots in the malicious form, right? Where they will attack your website and try to engage with your chatbot with nefarious reasons in mind. So you want to put a maximum here so that the bot can only respond to 10 messages in one single conversation, right? So you can adjust this, you can play with this a little bit to see, maybe you want it to be 15 or 20 times that the bot responds. It just depends on use case, and then over time, what length are the conversations basically that your customers are having with your chatbot, right? And then if you can also toggle this on so that your bot will go to sleep if you step in as a live person and you start manually sending messages, or if a workflow takes over and starts manually sending messages. Okay, so this is something that you can turn on. And then here it's going to tell you what plan you're on. So I'm currently using the unlimited feature for the AI. So I'm going to just leave that as is, and we're going to click save. And then it takes us to our next setup. So here is where we're going to go through and these are our bot settings, but now we need to go into bot training. Okay, so here you're going to be able to choose which knowledge base you want it to refer to when it is making decisions or responding to questions. So in the previous training, we talked about you can have many different uh, knowledge bases that you attach to it, and it will draw its information from those knowledge bases, okay? And so you can see here that I have 442 links in my knowledge base. I have one FAQ set up. This is, of course, just a demo account, so you would have probably more FAQs than that, but and then you can see here that you can now add up to 7 knowledge bases. And this is brand new because even last week when I was doing the training, I was saying you could only add 1 knowledge base per bot. So this is brand new as of this week. You can now add up to 7 knowledge bases to your bot. Okay. So here we're going to set up our knowledge base that we want. Then we're going to save that. And this is what we're going to use to train our bot, right? So we're going to be able to test our bot right here. And you can say, hi, I'd like some information services. And we're going to see what does our bot come back with, right? Oh, look at this. Hey, I actually don't have details about our services right now. If you're looking to book something specific, I can help you guide you through that purpose. And maybe that is because of the knowledge base that I chose, right? So just know that it's really going to depend on the information that you give it, right? So if you have your knowledge base is based on your website and you have let it crawl your website pages and you have a services page, the bot would go to that information and provide that information. You can see here, I would like to book an appointment. Let's see what it says. Oh, and I can't actually book appointments because I don't think we've set up our calendar yet. But this is where you can test it and see some of the responses. You can decide this is a bad response, and then you can tweak and say what you would actually like the response to have been. You can change the response here, okay? So let's go into bot goals. And bot goals is where you can take a look at, you can add in your business name here. There's using a custom value to pull in the name that we set up in the beginning. And The intent is to get the customer to book an appointment. Here's the conversations, and is some additional information. So it always gives you sort of a very basic prompt guide that you can go in and you can tweak. So it's giving you some examples of how it interacts. Here I want to say, maintain a casual, purposeful, concise tone, avoid using emojis, mirror the customer's language and manner of speaking, which is great as long as they don't swear at you. Right? So just take that into consideration. So, and then you can go in here and tweak. So you never are starting from scratch. There's always some kind of basic prompt in here. Okay, so we want to set up the action. So we want to be able to book an appointment. Then this is where you tell the bot which calendar am I going to use, right? So let's say I'm going to use, there we go. If you can choose here whether you want them to actually book the appointment or you just want the bot to send the link to the client through the chat widget. You can pause the bot responses after booking because a lot of times our calendars have a workflow attached to them that once an appointment is booked, communication fires off, right? The email confirmation, the SMS confirmation is sent. And so maybe you want the bot to stop responding after that. You can identify a workflow that you want to be triggered. You can transfer the employee post-appointment booking. So you can say, after the appointment is booked, you can have this person transferred to an employee. Okay. So if you have a sales team or if you have a customer service team or anything like that, then you can also allow the bot to cancel the appointments or reschedule the appointments if need be. Okay. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to turn that on. And I'm just going to click save. Okay. So you can also trigger the workflow, right? You can tell it which workflow to trigger. You want to add contact information. So action name, what do we want to update? If we had custom fields with information that we wanted to collect for the appointment booking, we could put that information here. Which contact field do we want to add, right? So maybe we want to get, how long have you been in business, right? And we can say that here. And then what do we want to update in this information? Again, it's giving you an example of a birth date of the contact. And if you want the employee to update the contact field, you can put in here what you want it to update. Okay. So that's all information that you can play around with, decide what do you want your bot to collect. You can also add new field names here to the information that your bot collects, okay? You can also do an auto follow-up. This is where you would transfer the person from your bot to an actual live human employee. Human handover here. Oh, sorry, this one is human handover. This is where you would transfer it from the bot to the human. And this one would be from transferring it from your appointment booking bot to another bot that would take over with a different goal in mind. Okay. And you can also decide to stop the bot. Now, before we go into any more into any more of this, does anybody have any questions so far? You can feel free to unmute or put your questions in the chat. Happy to answer them. Okay, so then the last piece of this is going to be your dashboard. And this is actually one of my favorite pieces of your bot. This is going to give you a breakdown of how successful your bot is, okay? So what it's going to do, it's going to tally up any unique contacts that it has had based on the date range here, okay? So you can change the dates, you can change which channel. If you only want to see how did the bot interact in live chat through my or Facebook Messenger, through my Instagram DMs, you can be channel specific or look at all the channels. It's going to tell you how many actions were triggered by the bot in this date range, how many appointments were booked, and how much time you saved. And it will also keep track of any sort of reaction that your bot had or created here in this dashboard. So it'll be really nice once you get some data in here to see how is your bot performing, right? So this is basically how you set your bot up and how to determine what the goal of your bot is. All right. Now, let's try, now that I've added a calendar, let's see if we can book an appointment. You can see the AI bot is thinking. Here's what I've got open. July 22nd, and it's saying the times, and it's giving me one day, so Tuesday, and then it gives me a number of different times. And so let's say I say, let's see how they respond. I'm going to also want to provide feedback. So if I like this response, I'm going to say, yes, I like that. Then it says, you're all set for July 22nd at 8:30. If you need anything else before your appointment, just let me know. And I really like that response as well. So I'm going to give that a thumbs up. And I'm going to say thank you. And I can see, because I have my phone right beside me here, and I have messages set up, that I received my email confirmation because that calendar was attached to a workflow. So this is just restating the information, so that's great. And I received the email and the SMS message confirming that the appointment is booked. So that's great. Now, of course, you can train your bot to do a lot more than just this, but it really does come back to the level of information you provide to your bot. What's in your knowledge base and what's in your FAQs? What is it that you want your bot to do? Okay. Now, after you have your bot set up, then you can use this inside of your chat widget on your website. This can be used to book appointments. Again, here is all the communication channels that it can be used in, right? So you can use it through your Instagram DMs, through Facebook, any sort of incoming communication, it can respond to for that. The only one that has to be set up differently is if it's replying to an email. That has to be set up in a workflow, and we will go over that in future training. Does anybody have any questions about the bot that we've set up today? Who's looking forward to setting this up on their website and having their bot take over booking their appointments? Or just making it that much easier for your customers to get a hold of you, right? You can put that right on. I love websites that allow you to book appointments. I love them. I use them all the time. I don't have to get on my phone. I don't have to call anybody. I just have to jump on the webs or on their website and book the appointment. I love that. So I hope you guys will use that, and it will help you. It'll create some automation in your business. It will also create some time freedom in your business, so you don't have to worry about that. it can also free up time from any employees that you have that are doing that as well, right? They can focus on different things. Any questions? Okay. If there are any questions, um, I'm going to open the floor up now for any tech support questions that you guys have inside of your sales process account that does not relate to AI agents. Is anybody building anything and they've run into a tech snafu and they'd like some guidance with that? Hey, you guys are just killing it out there, eh? That's awesome. So next week, okay, so I guess what I will do then is I will assign you guys' homework for the Facebook contest. If you're new here, we run a contest inside of the Facebook group for sales process. And every day during Monday through Friday, every office hours, the office hours host will assign homework, and you have the opportunity to complete that homework and post your homework inside of the Facebook group. And then you can use the hashtag sales process wins. That helps the team identify your homework entries. And then they've changed it now. It used to be every month. Now they're doing every 2 months. They're going to draw 3 winners to win certain prizes. So prize number one, or first prize, is a one-on-one session with Peng Jun. He will sit down with you for an hour and go through your offer, your funnel, your strategy. He'll tell you exactly what he would do to make that a winning offer. Prize number two is a session with Marcus, who is the ads genius behind SalesProcess. He does all of the Facebook ads training, the Google ads training, all of that. He'll take a look at how your ads are performing. He'll talk to you about split testing. He'll talk to you about your ad spend and what he would do differently to get the most out of your advertising. And then the third place prize is a virtual ticket to Peng Jun's next event. So Peng Jun is always hosting events, so you'll get the a virtual ticket to his next event. So that's pretty cool. So today, for today's homework, it's just going to be about setting up I'll share my screen again so we can go through that. It's going to be about setting up your conversation AI agent, okay? So remember, we went here to getting started. We went to conversation AI and we set up the conversation AI agent. So let's go over here. And when your agent is set up, basically all I want to see is you can show me your screenshot of this and your bot training. Show me that you've tested your bot here. So take a screenshot of this. Those are the two things that you can take screenshots of and post those in the Facebook group as your homework assignment for today's office hours with the hashtag sales process wins. And that's your entry for today. Then on Thursday, we're going to walk through how to set up the voice AI agent. Voice AI agent does require that you have a telephone number hooked up inside your SalesProcess account. So just a reminder about that if you want to get that set up beforehand, before Thursday. You can purchase a phone number inside of your SalesProcess account in phone settings. So if you go into here for under email services, there's phone numbers. You can set up your phone number inside of your SalesProcess account. And then we will walk through how to set up voice AI. Is the training of voice AI and conversation AI the same? They're very similar. Yeah. So voice AI is going to also use the knowledge base to respond. It will also use the knowledge base and also your brand voice as well. So it will be very similar. That's all the training that I have for you today. We will continue on Thursday with the voice AI agent training. And I look forward to seeing your homework assignments in the Facebook group, and good luck with the contest. I'm like I said, I'm hanging around if anybody has any questions. I'm just going to put myself on mute. And otherwise, we're all done for today. And I'll see you guys on Thursday.